Hey y'all, Gavin here. The other day I was testing out some decks at locals for the upcoming Columbus Regional, and I decided to try out Dracotail. Now, for those of you who know me, you know that I have a love-hate relationship with this deck. There's a lot of times I play this deck where I feel like I lose games I shouldn't be losing, so I was like, you know what? Let's just go and try it out again, and I ended up winning the whole locals. So yeah, let's go over the list of what I played and what I would change for the future. First of all, I start off with 3 Phimina. No reason not to play 3 of this, it's just an engine hand trap. 3 Lucius. This is the Stratos for the deck. Low-key, this isn't even a card that you want to prioritize normal summoning half the time. But again, very good card with Phimina. And Frixel. This has become probably one of my favorite cards in the deck. The lines this card gives you are actually crazy, and it makes sure that you're not able to lose after turn 1. Like, the Frixel lines in this deck are actually incredible. If you know how to play with this card, this is like the perfect support for this deck. I wish this card, or we could have gotten something else along with Frixel, but you know what? It is what it is. And these are all the spellcaster guys. As we're hopping into the dragons, I have triple Malulu. This is usually the go-to normal summon. So in my area, there's actually a lot of canine players. So because of that, you want to basically normal summon Malulu and lead off with a spell if possible. So that if they ever hit you with a Zuna or a card like any of the other in-engine hand traps, that Malulu can just basically counter whatever they do. So this card has been very, very good to me. And yeah. Then we have the other payoffs, which are Urgula and Pan. I'm playing 5 payoffs because I want to make sure I can always open it with Phimina. I don't want to play 6. 6 feels too clunky. And I'm playing 3 Urgula as opposed to 2 Pan for multiple reasons. One, this card is better into certain interactions, right? So when you're playing into decks like Yummy, right, you can just hit their field spell. Or if you're playing into decks like the Mirror, you can like start hitting their spells and traps early, which has been actually really good. Pan is also very, very good. Nothing to be sleeping on. But this is very good into canine decks where this is not. But generically, if you want to make it more generic, you can just do 4/4. But the graveyard effect of Urgula is what sold it for me. Just always having basic recursion has been nice. You never run out of recursion in this deck. Also, the graveyard effect of this deck does come up a lot. So if you're playing against Mitsu decks, it is very important to always keep a spellcaster in your graveyard. Just for follow-up. Or, you know, special summon out Malulu. Malulu with Pan is kind of always crazy. Then we have the one of Albaz, because I am playing the Dracotail version. I wanted to try it out over Pure just to see... Sorry, Dracotail. Branded. Just to see how everything worked out. This was really good. The 1-card Branded Fusion combo is broken. And I did resolve the effect to fuse off with my opponent's Cartasia, so I can't complain about that. Then we have all the hand traps. So I'm not playing the pile version. I'm just playing good card.deck, which is triple Fuvalos. So you can basically tell your opponent no. And basically drawing more cards in this deck is very, very good. It's max C. Like, nothing beats that. Triple Ash to basically tell no to your opponent's Fua. Hit the Dracotail traps, which is also good with Bell. And just generically be a good hand trap. Bell is very good into the Mirror and very good in the Mitsu decks. And then we have double Valor and Magmut. As I was playing the Canine decks recently, I realized that I really like cards like Imperm. And Valor is just monster Imperm. So Valor was actually very good all day. And Magmut being able to search any dragon was also very nice. There was deck building mistake I had, which was not playing Nib. I wish I would have had Nib in my main deck. I just did not think about it. Yeah, Nib is in my side. I would probably main Nibs after this. And there's a couple cards I would consider taking out, which is probably the Ghost Bells from main, or the branded trap, branded quick play spell, which we'll get into later. But overall, these hand shots were very good. Next are the Dracotail cards, triple K2, triple Rahu. K2 just basically makes the deck go. And then Rahu being able to just always get you into a branded fusion, always nuts. Like, the fact that they have 2 of the best fusion spells in the game makes this deck very good. Double Brilliant Fusion, no, double Branded Fusion. Branded Fusion is very, very good. The 1-card combo with this card is disgusting. Being able to break through any board, and I play a lot more options in my extra deck than some people do. That might be a deck building mistake, but I honestly liked it. Yeah, I probably wouldn't change this. I like the branded cards a lot in this deck, especially with the double Fallen into Virtuous. This did not come up as much as I want it to. It did do me pretty well in some games, but I will admit I don't think this card is that necessary. This could probably just be the Nibs, or it could be other Charmies in the main deck. And then the 3 traps. I think playing 3 traps in this deck is mandatory. This just gives you so many just pieces of interaction, and also just opening up one of the traps is not bad. Like, this deck just forces your opponent to a grind, and opening up a trap card isn't really that bad. 40 cards even. Now let's get into the extra deck. We play triple Arthalion and 1 Gulamel. I will say, in my playtesting yesterday, a lot of people like to make Arthalion first, but I think depending on the game state, that's not always correct. I was making usually Secretarion first if I could, depending on the hand. But Arthalion being able to basically get the deck going is very good, and I think makes it a 3 of. Gulamel is also a very fantastic card. You only need 1. You don't need multiples of it. I remember that being a discussion when the deck first came out. But yeah, just being a Thunder Dragon Titan. Thunder Dragon Titan was a 1 of. This will be a 1 of. And it can just always come back, so it's fine. 1 Secretarion. This is the God card. I could probably see myself bumping this card up to 2 so I can use it more aggressively. But it's very good into the mirror. Very good in just random matchups. And also being able to just recur everything. Just gives you lines to kill out of nowhere. Mysterion. I see a lot of people disrespecting this card. This card is actually really good into certain matchups. So if you're playing against decks like Malice, this just gives you the freest Malice matchup. This is also pretty good into K9. So yeah, don't sleep on this card. This card has been very, very good. I'll show these 2 cards off at once because they basically have the same purpose. So Chaos and Philia are the secret boss monsters in this deck just because it gives you instant removal. Chaos being able to be made with Malulu and Pan so that you get a pop. Well, 2 pops and a negate. Makes this card fantastic. And Philia Regia being able to be made with your Arthalion on board. So your Arthalion could actually be used generically. And can bring back Arthalion so then you can bounce it, keep this card on field, and have a non-target banish. Actually, I could be wrong. It could target. I'm not going to read it right now. It does target. I lied to you. I just lied to you. But yeah, if these cards come out, you win. And then the branded package of 1 Albion, 1 Titaniclad, Ubellion, Mirror Jade, Sanctifier. Because I'm playing the quick play spell, I needed to play Titaniclad. Albion and Ubellion get made pretty often. If you make Ubellion, you usually go into Chaos or Philia. But you could also just flex into Mirror Jade. This card is a house still. And being able to hard make Sanctifier, basically to play around cards like Fua, is very, very good. This card has a lot of layered interaction. Titaniclad also being able to shoot for game is also very good. And then the last 2 cards, these could probably be flexed into something else, are Spirit and Spheres. I did not go into these at all. I did not feel it necessary to do it. This can probably just be a cross shape or an SP. Now going into the side, this is where I probably have the most room to move around cards. So let's go into triple Retsi. I see a lot of people saying that this card is not needed in this deck. I kind of agree. I saw the one guy in Europe just always have this in his list, and he's been top 8ing everything. So I'm like, you know what? He knows something I probably don't. And this card was very good. It did end up winning me a game, but I can definitely see it not being needed, and this could be anything else. This card was always added in. This card is crazy. This should probably be in the main deck. Along with probably one of the Charmies. So I'm only playing 5 Charmies, and the reason why is because since I have the other 3 in main deck, 8 I think is just as useful as 9. I can see myself going up to 9 depending on how the new sighting patterns come out, but this is what ended up working. Perulia ended up putting up a lot of work, and Meows is just for niche cases, like against Mitsuyami and for Malice. And then these are 4 cards I was trying out that I actually ended up really liking, were Imperm and Pot of Prosperity. So Pot of Prosperity is so that when you side in to go first, you can always basically secure a victory. And also just make sure that like you can always play. Infinite Impermanence was crazy because with all the amount of K9 decks that are going around, you need to have an out to Ripper, and this did just exactly that. And this is one of the best hand traps paired. So there were times where I would fool up my K9 opponent. They would just make like a board, right? I would have Nib and Imperm in hand, and I would just be able to just basically nuke off their entire board and win the game. Now, was that a very niche case with 3 hand traps? Yes. But did it come up more than once recently in testing? Yes. So I will say I think it's been very, very good. What can I say? I'm just talented like that. And yeah, this was the Dracotail deck profile. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns on what you guys would change about the deck, please let me know in the comment section down below. I actually don't know if this is what I will be playing at the Columbus Regional, but it has been very good to me in testing so far, and I have enjoyed it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and thank you so much for watching. Peace out.